Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Greeting of peace. And I am Hasnaira KG1. My topic or my parts are the aspect of the verb and the voice or the types of voices of the verb. So, hope you like my video. See you! Aspect. It refers to the state of action of a verb and indicates the duration or completion of an event. So means the aspect is part of the verb that a person is indicating the action if these are ongoing, repeated, completed, or even habitual, so that we can clearly understand what the person are trying to say or what the person is saying. We have four aspects of verb. Here are some. Number 1, simple aspect. The simple aspect expresses a fact. So this means the simple aspect is simplifying articulate a habitual action in the words. It's stating a fact only. Example, a strand fish in the sea. In the given example, you can clearly understand what the first person is saying or what the first person is trying to say. Number 2 is progressive aspect. The progressive aspect expresses an ongoing action. So, it explains that the progressive aspect is an action that is not completed or uncompleted. So, here the example of progressive aspect. Example, a strand was fishing when the sails arrived. So, it's an ongoing action because of the past progressive tense. And the number 3 is perfect aspect. The perfect aspect expresses a completed action. So it explains that the action is completed. Here the example of perfect aspect. John had count 2 mackerel before the sails arrived. It explained that the use of had is stating that the action is completed. Number 4 is perfect progressive aspect. Expresses the end of an ongoing action. So this explains that the action is that was, is, will be completed at a later point in time or must be completed in time. Here the example of perfect progressive aspect. Example, John had been fishing successfully before the sail arrived. So in the given example, it's telling us that the action is still ongoing. Aspect tell us important time-related characteristic of a sentence such as whether the verb is ongoing, repeated, or completed. The four aspects are simple, progressive, perfect, and perfect progressive. The simple aspect simply state that an action or state has taken, is taking, will take place. The progressive aspect expresses the action as ongoing. The perfect aspect expresses that an action is complete. And the last, the perfect progressive aspect expresses an ongoing action. So, that's my key points or that's my understanding about my report. Let us proceed the types of voices of the verb. Action voice is used to show that the subject of the sentence is active and is performing an action in an object. So it explains that the subject came first in the sentence and while the object or the action. This is used more commonly in everyday speech and writing. Example, as the mouse eat the cheese. So the subject in there are the mouse, the eat are the verb, while the cheese are the object. As you can see in the given example, the subject came first and the object are in the last. That's why it's an action voice. In the passive voice, the subject or object is acted upon by the verb rather than the subject carrying out the verb. So this means the action's target is the focus on the passive voice. Example of the passive voice. The cheese is eaten by the mouse. The cheese is the object, eating is the verb, while the mouse is the subject. So as you can see, the action voice and the passive voice are different. In passive voice, the object came first while the subject are in the last. So what's the difference between the active and passive voice? In the action voice, the subject is the doer and is performing the verb. On the other hand, in the passive voice, the subject is passive and is having the action performing upon it. And that's it. Hope you guys watching. Bye!